The first time I saw him again, I almost laughed. It wasn't the kind of laugh you give when you're happy. It was sharp, bitter, like choking on glass. Because he wasn't supposed to be standing there, guitar case slung over his shoulder. Same damn crooked smile after 3 years of silence. And yet, there he was. My neighbor, my first love, my bandmate, my ghost. I used to think the American dream was built in garages. Ours had been one of them. Amps buzzing, drums rattling, my voice breaking on lyrics we wrote at 2 in the morning, when sleep was a luxury, and love was something we didn't have to name. He had been the guitar, I was the words. Together, we almost had something real. But then he disappeared. No note, no call, just gone. 3 years of nothing. 3 years of rehearsing without him, of biting my tongue when neighbors asked if the band still played, of wondering why I wasn't enough for him to stay. Now he stood on my porch as if nothing had happened, and the first thing he said was, "You're still my unfinished song." The words hit harder than any memory. I wanted to slam the door, curse him, maybe throw the coffee I was holding right in his smug face. But instead, I stood frozen, because underneath the fury was something worse. Hope. "Do you even realize what you did?" I finally managed. My voice was shaking, betraying me. His smile faded, replaced by something raw. "I know, and I've thought about it every day since." We sat on the porch that night, silence wrapping around us like the summer humidity. He told me he had left for New York, chasing the kind of dream too big for our small-town garage. He got lost in bars, broken promises, too many nights sleeping on strangers' couches. And then one morning he woke up with a hangover and no guitar, no music, no me. "You could have called," I whispered. "I was scared," he admitted. "Because if I heard your voice, I'd come back." And I wasn't ready to face what that meant. There it was. The confession I had wanted for years but dreaded all the same. Because facing it meant reopening wounds I'd barely stitched shut. It didn't take long for him to slip back into my life. He showed up with his guitar, asking if we could play again, just like old times. At first, I refused. But music was cruel. It remembered what I wanted to forget. One night, against my better judgment, I picked up the mic as he strummed the opening chords of the song we never finished. The sound was lightning. My voice cracked, his fingers trembled, and yet it fit. We fit. And I hated that it felt like coming home. But the closer we got, the heavier the past became. Every laugh we shared was shadowed by the memory of him leaving. Every glance carried a question I was too afraid to ask. Did he love me back then? Did he love me now? Or was I just another note in his endless songbook? The breaking point came one night at an open mic downtown. We hadn't played on stage together since before he left. The crowd was small, a mix of drunks and dreamers. We sang, and for a moment it felt like we had never fallen apart. But then he said it into the mic, words that silenced the room and shattered my chest. "This song is for the boy who never stopped being my unfinished melody." The room erupted in cheers, but I walked out before the song was over. Because saying it to a crowd wasn't the same as saying it to me. He followed me outside, breathless, desperate. "Why are you running?" he asked. "Because you're 3 years too late," I snapped. The tears burned, but I didn't let them fall. "You can't just disappear and then come back expecting me to still be waiting." He stepped closer, his hand brushing mine. A touch so gentle it almost undid me. "I didn't come back expecting you to wait. I came back because I finally realized I can't finish anything without you." I hated how much I wanted to believe him. For weeks, we danced on that fragile line between forgiveness and breaking apart all over again. Some nights, we were boys in a garage again, laughing until our stomachs hurt, making music that tasted like freedom. Other nights, I'd wake up sweating, haunted by the silence he once left me in. The turning point wasn't dramatic. It wasn't some grand gesture under neon lights. It was quiet, just the two of us in my living room. His guitar on his lap, my voice barely a whisper. "I don't know if I can trust you not to leave again," I admitted. He put the guitar aside, leaned in until his forehead rested against mine. "Then don't trust me yet. Just let me prove it." His lips brushed mine, soft, trembling, full of every word he couldn't say. And for the first time, I didn't pull away. Healing wasn't easy. It wasn't quick. But slowly, I let the walls crack. He started showing up not just with music, but with coffee in the mornings, with apologies that weren't poetic but real, with silence that wasn't empty but safe. We rebuilt the song we had started years ago, note by note, word by word. And in the spaces between the music, I found something I hadn't expected: peace. One evening, under the same porch light where it all began, he took my hand. No guitar, no crowd, no excuses. Just us. "I left once," he said quietly. "I won't do it again. Not to you. Not to us." I searched his eyes for a lie, for doubt, for anything that would give me a reason to pull away. But all I saw was him, the boy who left, the man who came back, the music that never really stopped. And this time I believed him. We didn't become famous. Our songs didn't top charts or sell records. But in our little town, in our little world, we became something more. We became finished. Because love isn't about never leaving, it's about always coming back. And when he called me his unfinished song, he wasn't wrong. He just forgot to add the ending. Now we write it together. Every day, every note, every kiss. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with the latest videos.